Dear Diary, this was a big week in learning about rules. I went to the grocery store and I got some weird looks at the grocery store, only to realize there are now certain ways you have to go down each aisle. And if you want something on the end of this aisle, you can't get it. You need to go down the next one and then come back around. And if you don't go down the right way, you get a lot of dirty looks. And I got a lot of dirty looks. But I don't care. Because I'm going to go down the aisle the way I want to go down the aisle. So, later on this week, after my lovely shopping trip, I went somewhere with Jackson just a short distance away, and I said, "Hey Jax, do you want to sit in the front seat?" Which he was so excited about. Yeah. So he hops in the front seat, and it was going great for 1 minute until he says, "Mom, what if we get pulled over and I'm in the front seat?" And I was like, "No problem, Jackson. You'll just slink to the back. Just like crawl to the back." That's not right. Yeah, but Jackson, it's fine because we're just going a short distance. Oh, so I can sit in the front seat when it's just a short distance? No, but no one will find out because we won't get pulled over and you'll just slink to the back. It'll be fine. Well, but then I won't be wearing my seatbelt. Jackson, stop asking me all these questions and enjoy your ride in the front seat. And so then we had a conversation about, okay, we should probably be following the laws all the time, even when I think that it's fine because it's a short distance. So, good conversation. Then later on in the week, I went to visit a friend of mine who lives an hour away, and it was a great visit, and I followed the laws as far as where my kids sit in the car. And on our way back, I may not have been going the speed limit because I think speed limits are way too slow. So pretty much all the time I'm not following the speed limit, but it's so slow. And I may have gotten pulled over. And Jackson asks, "Why'd you get pulled over, Mom?" "Well, because I was going too fast." "Well, shouldn't you be going the speed limit?" "Yes, I should." So I'm learning this week that I'm not a rule follower, but also that I'm super hypocritical. I expect my kids to follow the rules, but I think that there's reasons that I shouldn't have to follow the rules. And I'm a flaming example to them this week of a hypocrite. And giving excuses as to why I shouldn't have to follow the rules. So those times when my kids aren't following the rules and they have a good reason in their minds of why, it's probably because they learned that from me.
Dear Journal, before I get started, remind me to look up single fathering because my wife just admitted on the internet that she broke the law several times this week. This week for me has been a lot about thinking about time. I coach Jackson's baseball team. We're allowed to start playing games, and in fact, we're starting a tournament this morning. And as I've watched those boys play the last couple of weeks, it's really struck me how quickly they grow up. And I feel like the same happens with Lincoln, our 4-month-old. He was taking a nap in the bed this week, and I looked at him and I thought, man, he's getting to be so big. And you realize time slows for no man, as they say. It just, time in some ways is not unlike the flu or the coronavirus, where it doesn't have an agenda. It doesn't have winners and losers. It just is, right? Time just moves. And it doesn't matter who you are or whether you're ready or not ready. It just moves forward. And the thing that struck me about that is am I making the most of the time that I have? And a lot of times, I think I can spend time upset about the time that I don't have instead of making the most of the time that I do have. And thinking about, man, I wish I had more time to do this. Man, I wish I could be more involved in this. Man, I wish I could, had extra time to do this with my kids. I wish I had more time to do this with Andrea. And I spend all of this time wishing for all the time that I don't have, that I waste the time that I do have. And the thing that really hung with me this week is right now, this moment is precious. And I'll never have another one like it, so what am I doing with it right now? I'm writing in a journal. But each moment, what am I doing? When I'm with my kids, am I invested in them? When I'm coaching Jackson's baseball team, am I invested in them? When Andrea and I are sitting on the couch at night after a long day, hanging out, are we invested in each other? Are we making the most of that moment? Or are we so easily distracted by all of the glittery LED lights on little devices around us or whatever? What am I doing with the moments that I have?